Now let's go ahead and add some sound effects to the buttons. And to do this, let's go over to the course materials. And inside of here, let's go to the audio. And I have those sound effects for you, the button hover and button pressed. Let's go over to the audio folder as well in the engine and sound effects. And let's just drag them into the content browser. For now, let's right click on the button hover, create queue, and I'm going to call it sound cue button hover. And for the other one, the pressed, let's right click, create queue, and call it sound cue button press. And let's go inside of both of them, so the hover and the pressed. And let me put down the sound to maybe 0.25. Okay, that sounds fine. And for the pressed, let me put it to 0.4 maybe. And yeah, that sounds fine. Okay, let's save everything. And again, as I told you before, you can see if you play the sound, if you want this to be different every time, you can add a modulator and connect it here. And you can also add, or I like to change the pitch from 0.9 to 1.1. So you can hear it sounds different every time. And you can do the same thing here. I'm going to copy the modulator. I'm going to paste it in here and connect it here as well. And now this sounds different every time as well when you hover the buttons. Okay, awesome. Go ahead and save everything. And now to add the sound effects, let's go back to the UI, open up the widget blueprint, click on the button, and then down here you see options, the pressed sound. You can go ahead and change it to the button press. And for the hovered sound, you can change it to the button hover. Same thing for the other one. You can change the pressed one to the button press and the hovered one to the button hover. Go ahead and compile. And now when you click on play and you hover the mouse over them, and if you press, okay, so now you can see it works. However, you can see I actually have a bug here, so I need to change the green one, green hovered and green pressed. I actually want to use the other one, the teal one. I think I have a teal one. This one is a lot better for me. I'm actually going to copy this over and choose the hovered and pressed version of this. I'm going to click on the text and select the color picker and select this one instead. I think it looks a lot better. Okay, so for the sound, I actually need to reduce the sound effect for the button hover. I think it's a bit annoying. So let me change it to 0.15 instead and play. And now let's test it out. So it works here. Okay, so now they work and you have some sounds on the buttons as well.